Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to my review of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., episode 14 of the second season, and this episode is called Love in the Time of Hydra, which is a good name. This starts with um, Agent 33 and Ward sitting in a diner, getting ready to order. I think they do order breakfast, and then they proceed to pull out guns and grab point at a gentleman that's cowering in fear who offers up his wallet, and they said, no, we don't want your wallet. And then later you find out that this guy is actually a doctor, and he corrects the mask technology on Agent 33's damaged face, and he gets to the point where she can actually do three faces. I think she can actually change into three distinctive images. I think, and he tells her about he corrected her voice thing, her voice box thing. Okay, and of course, they later Ward kills him, of course, because they can't have nobody, having Doc running free, knowing that he fixed the technology in Agent 33's face. And then we flash back to Sky, who's, I think she's getting his, she's talking with May, okay, and May goes to tell Coulson that, listen, she has to go. Based on the recommendation from her ex-husband last week's episode, and May agrees with it. This guy is just too unstable, and she has to go. Of course, Coulson at first resisted, but eventually he comes around and he decides that he's going to be the one. He spends some time with her and tells her, listen, I have to take you away, and he said, pack a bag. Okay. Also, at the same time, you see us. Simmons, she hands Coulson a package that she's working on. If you remember last week's episode, he gave her an order to develop a technology, that would help Sky, harness her powers. And she gives it to her, and of course, Simmons is still kind of, unsure about, following this order without telling anybody, but she nevertheless hands it over to Coulson and bounces. And of course, Fitz is still being pissy. Him and Simmons actually get into an argument where Simmons is basically saying, she's trying to help Sky, not harm her, and Fitz does not have it, saying that she's reacting differently to him and Sky since they've changed. Okay, so you see them having their argument. Anyway, we flash back to the new S.H.I.E.L.D, where Ward is, where he gets introduced to the new, alternate version of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Edward James Olmos. This character, he's a general and he's in charge. It's him, I think there's a woman and another guy and another. I think it's four of them all together. Okay, they make up the new S.H.I.E.L.D. and they basically tell Hunter that, listen, Coulson's out of control ever since Fury injected him with that alien DNA. He's been out of control and obsessed with this, alien technology, and he's basically led, S.H.I.E.L.D. astray. And they basically, that's where Mac and Bobby were basically spying and gathering intel. So basically, they want to overthrow Coulson because they think he's out of control. Okay. Anyway, you see, Coulson takes Sky to one of Nick Fury's safe houses, which is actually really protected by a fortified field, so Sky can't really go away. But he tells, listen, well, you'll get a handle on this. He said, May will come see you in a few days, and we'll keep you in the loop. But here you'll rest and relax, and hopefully get a handle on your powers, and you'll be back with the team. And they give a hug, and then he has to go away. Okay. Anyway, Agent 33 actually decides to reward Ward for helping her fix her face and stuff by she even turns her face into Sky and basically tries to seduce him as a way of thanking him for all the help he's provided to her. And he tells her, listen, I'm over Sky, and you don't have to change like that. He said, I'm about helping you now. And he said towards that end, he pulls out a picture of the former Hydra, the compliance guy. I think his name is Borg. What's his name? The guy that said you will comply. The guy that basically trained, tortured her for Whitehall, and he's under Talbot. Remember, the Air Force have him locked under lock and key, and Talbot, of course, is in charge. So they basically come up with a plan. They said, he said, Ward said, we're gonna let you, we're gonna break into the Air Force base, and you can get, exact your revenge against this guy, the compliance guy, okay, for Hydra, the former compliance guy from Hydra, okay. And they basically, by having her impersonate General Talbot's wife, they do infiltrate the base, and Ward kills a couple of guards, and they basically manage to kidnap him, okay. And then you see they're basically torturing him, into complying, and they even whips the thing off, the mask off his face, and says, he says a line about, if I comply, will I get a reward? She says, I think she said, probably not. Basically, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Toward he gives her face back. He gives her a picture of her old face back. Ward actually finds out who she originally was. So she, even all damaged, she has her original face back. Okay, and what else went on? Oh yeah, Mac decides to go back. They send, the other alternate S.H.I.E.L.D. decide to send Mac back for more spying. Okay, and Bobby stays back with Hunter, and they, reminisce about about old times and how they could never really fully commit. Bobby could never fully commit. Okay, and then of course he says, "I'm not staying. I'm leaving." And she says, "Well, I'm not going to stop you, but they will." And then of course Hunter beats up a few red shirts, and then he runs outside, and where he notices they're on a destroyer or a ship, one of his Navy vessels, because you see all the aircraft and stuff. And he says, "Holy crap!" And then it cuts to commercial, and he comes back. They go looking for him, but they find out that he actually grabbed one of the boats and disarmed the GPS. And they say they got about an hour for him to get back before he gets to, he reaches civilization. And of course, the other members of the fake S.H.I.E.L.D. are saying that Bobby could have stopped him any time, but she let him go. And no, and Edward James almost says, "No, I believe her. She says she's on board. I believe her." And he said, the main thing, she says Bobby says the main objective is to get, to take down Coulson. And so towards that end, she's going to go back. Okay, and they give her 6 hours. Oh no, actually, they said we'll give you 12 hours, but she said no, I can do it in 6. So that's the end of that. Okay, and what else happened? Oh yeah, Matt comes back, and he gives him that little fake story. Gives me a fake story about about following Hunter around bars and stuff, and keep him out of bar fights, and then she kind of lets it go, and he goes off his way. And then Coulson and May have a conversation, and where basically they say they are on to Mac. They know that he's not on the up and up. Okay, they don't trust him. Okay, and so that's how that ends. So this episode was interesting because of a lot of things. Because you had the return of Ward and Agent 33, which I'm kind of liking her, because she's actually vulnerable, and she has a lot of issues. But by the end, Ward, in his own charming way, kind of gave her kind of a closure by giving her a purpose and something to focus on. Okay, and I like that, and I also like that this alternate S.H.I.E.L.D. are not really bad guys. I mean, sure, they're spying on Coulson, but they're not really bad guys. They are part of S.H.I.E.L.D. They just don't believe in the way Coulson's running things, and they want to take them down. Okay, and so that's an interesting subplot. And like I said, you had Talbot there, who was actually, there was a great funny moment where once Talbot realized that his wife was fake, and he lined up all the females on the base and basically was going through them to try to make sure that that none of them were the fake Agent 33 with a different face, and that bit was funny. Okay, and so I'm looking forward to next week because we'll see because you see Bobby and May getting ready to tangle. Okay, and I think also they're coming after Sky as well, because you see, I think in the previous Coulson warning, Sky calling her saying, they're after you, get out of there or something like that. But okay, this episode was okay. It was good. Like I said, I love the Ward and Agent 33 parts. Those parts were my favorite. A little too much Sky. You're so special with Coulson again. That's part will always be just too much. With Coulson with his over indulgence of Sky, telling her how special she is and everything else. And now they got Fitz doing it, telling her, basically yelling at Sims every week about how special Sky is and how you're treating her different and all this. I'm just, oh yeah, they name dropped the Hulk and Captain America, which I guess is appropriate with the movie coming out. But overall, it was an entertaining episode. I'm gonna give it a. I like Agent 33 and what I really like. They kind of made the episode for me, and I like the movement on the fake S.H.I.E.L.D. too. You got to learn a little bit of their background and their motives. So I'm gonna give it a 7. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 7. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think of episode 14. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is trepacer saying so long and take care. And also, one other thing, I do wonder what Ward's ultimate goal is, because I mean he's helping Agent 33, but I think he has another agenda in mind, another ultimate goal in mind. I think Ward. I mean, I think he does, which we have yet to be revealed. But I want to see what his ultimate goal is. Anyway, feel free to leave comments down below. And this is trepacer saying so long and take care.